This Evil Lair project brings us to Adventure Comics number 293 in 1962, the first appearance of the Kryptonite rings. Over the years, it's been mostly associated with Lex Luthor, mostly as a MacGuffin that he can defeat Superman with. So how do we make this? Well, we came up with something a little interesting on this one. We're going to be using a technique known as Makume-gen. This is where you take non-ferrous metals, soft metals, and you forge them together. In this one, we're going to use about $10 worth of quarters, forge it into a square billet, cutting our circled ring out of it. After which, we're also going to make our own acid solution in order to etch it to bring out a Damascus effect, and we're going to make our own Kryptonite crystals in this project. Also, we're going to add a super secret material into this, the closest thing that I could find to Kryptonite, actual Kryptonite here on Earth. That should be kind of surprising. Just want to thank everybody for watching. Enjoy the video, enjoy the music. Definitely think about leaving a comment for the next Evil Lair project coming up in February. We're going to do it in February. Thanks. What's going on, you wonderful weirdos? I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for swinging by. So we're going to take some change that I had laying around. We're going to make a billet out of it, create some grooves into it, kind of give it a Damascus type effect to it with different colors, forge a ring out, make a synthetic crystal for it that glows in the dark green to look like Kryptonite, and maybe add something else to it that may be dangerous, like low levels of radiation, dangerous. First thing we gotta do is clean everything. I didn't want to walk over there and adjust the camera. So let's clean it up. Alright, so we cut various lines into it and drilled holes, but more importantly, I went ahead and cut it now so you can see that all those quarters turned into a solid billet. So that's super cool. So we're going to stack these, strike up the forge again, and see if we can't join these together. And use a lot of flux, because flux is glue. Flux is glue. If you don't know what flux is, that's that white cocaine looking stuff I smear all over it. Alright, fingers crossed. Not that you'll know. If I mess up too bad, I'm just going to edit it and start over. here because we're going to take a lot of the trim down and stuff like that, so I kind of want to keep it a little extra thick. Let's let this cool naturally and figure out why this is going to be so important. Boiled water. So now we're going to make a crystal, and crystals are kind of easy to make. You can actually do this with your kids. This here is just boiling water that I had sitting over next to the furnace. You probably saw me stirring it every now and then. I don't know why I got the camera so low. I'm filming at its best. So what I did is I let the water kind of boil, and I had it in a lap beaker here. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add some teaspoons of borax. So synthetic crystals, right? We need some sort of mineral base for it. Think of it that way. Borax, the stuff that you constantly see me pouring on metal whenever I'm blacksmithing or something, is borax. Borax is a mineral that's mine. So what we got here is we got a big giant soup spoon. I know most of the recipes are going to call for, if you see this stuff, they'll call for it regularly, like just 5 teaspoons or something along those lines. But I really wanted an aggressive looking stone here, and I wanted to grow aggressively. So what we're going to do is we're just going to saturate the formula until it can't take anymore. That's a lot of explanation for putting powder in a flask. What color is kryptonite? That's right, it's green. Kryptonite is green. David's looking at me all weird. Don't mind your own business. We're doing evil genius stuff up here. Alright. Let's add. Borax everywhere. I feel like Tony Montana here with all the powder everywhere. It's crazy. Now we need something for the molecules to clinch onto. I like using the steel wool. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use copper wire. Why? Because that's what I have right here. I don't even know if I own any string. Here's our acid bath. Okay, now comes my favorite part. Remember that kryptonite we were making earlier? See, hard green crystal structure formation. Like, we're adding something really unique here. We're adding theramite. Theramite's a very unusual thing. So keep it in terms like this. You know when lightning hits the sand, it kind of makes that crystal formation? Well, the same thing happens when an atomic bomb goes off in the sand. And very low levels of radiation here. It's completely safe as long as it's covered. And we're going to be covering it all up in a thick thing of CA glue. So it's going to be perfectly safe. But I wanted something that kind of was like kryptonite. So this is honestly the most natural thing we have. Well, it's not natural, but it's the only thing we have on Earth similarly like it. And the cool thing about it is when you kind of grind into it, it kind of gives this opal effect to it. So it's really, yeah. Don't ask how I got this. Because you're not allowed to mine this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these inlays into it. May add a little green gold powder to it just so we constantly have that green effect to it. Plus, you know, I love adding glow powder to things. I think it gives it a cool mystic look to it. Then it's trimming and polishing. Yeah. God, it's so good. I can't believe how great this thing came out. Not even kidding. So, hopefully we can get a good view of it. Alright, so, got our super hazardous material in here. We got some of our kryptonite. And we got some glow powder in it. I really like how this kind of came out. Check this out. This is so cool. So we're going to light some of it up. And we'll show you. Look at that. Oh my God, it's like real kryptonite. I'm not even sure what that is. And then in some areas where it doesn't glow, that's where the theramite kind of catches the reflection of light and shines. And then the kind of dullness of regular kryptonite in there. Oh, come on. Come on now. Did I earn a like today? If you've seen this video, would you consider liking it? Because you got to admit, that is so hot. All right, guys. So that's it. This project's done, and I'm bringing this again to the knockout over at Mr. Comic 89, where I get to argue for Lex Luthor, and I'm bringing my ring, baby, and the rest of you better get ready, because oh, come on, that is so cool. I can't wait to wear this. Please. People are like, oh my god. I'm like, it's radioactive. Alright guys, what'd you think about it? Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Alright guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye. One more. Let's do one more glow before I leave. Hold on. Glow in the dark ring. Oh, did it get brighter? That's weird. Alright, so anyway, you get the point. Alright guys, take it easy. Bye. Oh, is this thing on? Oh, shit, it's on. Okay, cool. My god, he actually takes some freaking long. I need to get this place cleaned up and do some dancing.